Yeah, so I'm not going to get you one. I'm going to
see here.
Sure.
Never done live on the computer. Oh, get some viewers. Is the audio working? Because I have no clue if it's working or not. Let's see here. Oh, yep. Yep, it's working through my phone. Okay. What's going on, everyone? Good deal, good deal. So I didn't get a video done today. There's one, I got one loading, but it's going to take forever to get done. So I may just push it off to tomorrow and we'll just count this as today's video. Y'all may get a video here in a little bit too. Who knows? So I figured I ain't done live in a while. It's the first time I've done live I think it's the first time I've done live at the house. But so I got everything set up where I can do live now here at the house off of the laptop, and I don't look like I live in some rundown shack anymore. But so anyway, we wrapped this week up a little bit ago. Well, we had a pretty early day today. We left the woods like 2 o'clock. So we done 68 loads, had a good week, and gonna call it a week. We ain't gonna work tomorrow, and then we're gonna hit it back again Monday. Hopefully it don't rain too much Monday. They're saying it's supposed to start raining again Monday. But anyway, so I figured we'd jump in here and do a live feed, see what everybody's up to, see if anybody had any questions y'all wanted to ask or anything like that, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll try and keep up with comments as best I can. There shouldn't be that many because I'm not no cotton top or anything. But anyway, Jay Harrison, what's going on? Sean, Frank, Russ, Texas. I don't think that's too far from me. Nathan, and yeah. Rob, I don't know who you are, but you comment on every video, just, hey, Tom. But, hey, thanks for watching. The 748, I actually have a video. That's what the video is uploading. We're actually changing a tire on the skidder, where I blew a valve, the stick went in the valve stem doohickey and broke it off, and it didn't actually blow the tire out. It just knocked the valve stem out of the tube that's on the wheel. So we were having to take the tire off. That was 2 days ago that happened. But I do have a video from where I run the skidder all day. I think that was Monday, Tuesday. I think it was. I can't remember what day it was. It was one day this week. But where you saw the Timbermatic, where I filmed the stuff for Timbermatic in the computer, in the skidder, I got probably a good 30-40 minute video going to come out with the 748 of talking about things I like with it, what I don't like. There's several things that I got in that one, but I do have a 748 review video coming. It's going to be coming soon. What's going on, Shane from New Zealand? That's pretty cool that we're getting people from New Zealand. I would love to come over there and work in some of the mountainous area that I see in the Tiger Cat videos. That just looks like a blast to me, a big blast. What, like back our wood? How, Jay? Like back it through a gate, or what are you talking about there? Thoughts possibly if If able on the 748. How did I know that one was gonna come? So the pictures that y'all been seeing of the 748, get comfortable here. So the pictures y'all been seeing of the 748 bogie skidder that's floating around, those pictures aren't supposed to be out. Most especially the one that it's sitting outside of the factory. My connections up there are freaking out because it's on the internet already and it's not supposed to be. Don't ask me why companies want to keep things a big secret like that sometimes, but they do. But my thoughts on it, on the bogie skidder, I mean, I'm sure it'll be a great machine, just like the 748 and the 848 that we have currently. Those are both really good machines, really good skidders. They're very dependable. We had a pretty good run of issues with them whenever they hit 6,000 hours, because we actually have two 748s and one 848 between the two jobs. And the 848 has been, I mean, virtually flawless, just like our other machines, the deer skidders. And both of our 748s, though, they were like perfect up to about 6,000 hours. They got a few hours on them at, a few issues at 6,000 hours, but they seem to have leveled back off, somewhere between 6,850, 65 and 6,800 hours. The problems kind of have leveled back off some. We're having some hydraulic hoses starting to seep on mine, but that's just from a machine being old. But hopefully not too much longer, we'll be getting some new skidders. I would like some new skidders, hopefully next year. And so yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, the bogie skidder thing, I mean, it's cool, but unless they can figure out a way to make it dualed out on the back, we could do it on the front, because that's 35 5 tires that I saw in that picture. And that's how our bogie skidders that we used to have, they were dualed out 35 5s and 24 5s in the front, and then it had 30.5s and 24 5s in the back. On the Tiger Cat bogies, we had a 625 and a 635. We ran them both in thinning, and we shovel thinned really hard for a long time. They were great machines. They were big, they were bulky, they were massive. They pulled a honking amount of wood, but when it comes down to it, today's logging rates, you just, especially in thinning, you can't afford to have something like that, especially two of them on your job site. But I think it'll be a good machine whenever they finally get out, and maybe, who knows, deer bring one to me, and we'll put it through its paces and show the world what it can do while it's dry, if they can't dual it out. But if they can figure out a way to put some short duals on the back of it, and keep the machine width, about 15 feet or so, that thing's going to be probably a hoss for thinning, if they can get their price right. That's my thing is price, because like the bogie skidder from Tiger Cat right now is, I want to say the 615 last time we looked at them were around $450,000, versus you can go buy a 630 Tiger Cat skidder for $309 right now. So that's a lot of extra dollars. Let's read through some more comments over here. Sonia Flife. I'm bad at names, y'all, if y'all haven't already noticed. But let's just keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming and watching. Let's see. Frank coming in here from Northern California. It's still pretty early over there. Probably the sun hasn't went down over there yet. It's dark here now, though. Gordon, you watch like every video. Appreciate that, man. I see you comment like basically on every video. That's pretty cool. I have some dedicated people. Gate and trees. Oh, okay. No, we don't back our wood through a gate. I mean, this bigger stuff like what we're in right now, we could probably use it, but the skidders have gotten so big that we use it. They pull such a mass volume of wood. Whenever you come up to a landing or set or deck or whatever, a ramp, whatever you want to call it, the skidder's pulling such a mass of wood behind it. If you can get it straight in the gate, which isn't an issue, it's getting that whole drag of wood through the gate. You can get it somewhat in gate, and then you're either going to start tearing U-joints, or the gate, you're going to start breaking it in half, and just all kind of crazy mess. It just turned into a nightmare. With a gate, we can process it faster with the loader by just running, just skidding over the top of it in the woods. It's faster to do it that way than it is trying to use the gate. So we don't use gates or back the wood, stuff like that. And like I said, we do skid over the top of it, and that pulls some trash out and that knocks some limbs off. But no, we don't use gates. And if you want, I have a video. Just go back. I mean, it ain't very long ago I done a video on lemon gates. I answered that question pretty thoroughly. If you want to go look at that video, get some more of my thoughts on that one. Do I think the 848 would be better? If you're talking about the bogie, I mean, it's going to be about the same. The 848 and 748 are, I mean, they're literally like the same chassis. So, to a degree, they have a bigger grapple, which my 748s have the, what you would call factory grapple. For the 848, I have the 848 factory or stock or whatever you want to call it grapple on my 748s, because we just opted for the bigger grapple. But the 848, if you're talking about the bogie skidder, it's really going to be about the same. Only thing is, I think they're a little bit wider than the 748. Not much, but I'd have to go get my papers and look at them again to tell you, exactly on that kind of deal. But if you're talking about just regular skidders, if we were to buy 2 new John Deere skidders right now, it would be 848s, because the 848, not that it pulls more wood, which it does, because the 848 Dad actually has the 21-foot grapple on it, where mine has the 19-foot grapple. But it's not so much about the wood it pulls, it's about how well it handles our loaders, most especially when we get in these wet areas that we like to stay in. Not that we like to, it's just that's part of our game in our area. You're in wet areas a lot. So the 848 pulls the loader through the wet areas and handles getting it out of the wet areas better, because it just has more hydraulic capabilities. So the 848, if we were to buy two new skidders right now, and they would be John Deere, if we would buy John Deere, it would be the 848 model, the L2. Let's see what else we got here. Shane Beard, he just knocked off for the day. 2 on Saturday over here. Yeah, well, I mean, we probably should work tomorrow with rain coming in, but we got a good week, and we worked last Saturday getting everything moved and oil and everything, and yeah, we put in a little bit of extra throughout the week. Like I said, we run anywhere between 12 and 15 loads a day this week. So, I mean, that's 1 loader, 1 cutter, 1 skidder. I did have a second skidder kind of jump in and help a little bit, but not much. He mostly totes trash and helps trim the trucks, which I don't even think he fired up the pole saw but 2 times today, because the wood was so good. He all he did was walk around and grab some vines and pull it off, and that was it. I mean, he didn't have to trim really anything. Justin Gibson, it's knowing you're here like every video. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Let's see. Yeah, Jay, you found me from Facebook. Setup is pretty dang cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's your average logging job in the area, because most people only have one piece of equipment. They may have a couple pieces, like another skidder, another loader, spare hanging around, or maybe another, rubber tire cutter hanging around that's paid for. Very lucky to have, like the loader that we'll use to just load trucks with. Sometimes that thing's paid for. I think it's got like 20. It don't have, like, I actually pulled hours on today. I was thinking it had 22,000, but it only has 20,000. It's almost 21 or 20,100, something like that. 20,200. But it's not quite 21,000 yet. But I mean, that loader's paid for. My rubber tire buncher is paid for. My tire cat skidder is fixing to pay off. My chambers is paid for. So we don't have a whole bunch of overhead, and we have the equipment to move the extra when we can get the extra, and when we can't, well, we just do what we can. And you're doing a average, I guess you'd say. But when we're put in a position where we are right now, we can go well beyond average. Have the extra manpower and equipment, but there's only 5 of us on the job, and I'm mainly parts changer. It's saying connection unstable. Why would connection be unstable?
Netflix is working.
That's not good.
I can turn it off.
Yeah, turn Netflix off. Nobody's watching it. But anyway, so I guess we're back. But anyway, yeah, kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, most of my stuff is paid for. We only have the track cutter has notes, and the new loader, and the John Deere skidder, and the John Deere skidder shouldn't be too far from being paid for as well. So we you can hear the baby getting fussy in the background over here. I think she just ate, so I don't know why she's getting fussy. But anyway, she can be fussy all she wants, I guess. We waited on her for like 4 years. Longer than that, I think. Yeah, well, I don't know. We actually tried to have this one for like 3 years. 4. Sorry, I was corrected by the boss lady. She said 4, but it was a long time, so she can fuss a little bit over there. But anyway, let's see here. Yeah, Sean, they stopped doing the 615 for a little bit. When we priced that was back. That was back in like June when we priced that. So that price, y'all can take that and just go way on up with that. It's I wouldn't even want to imagine what a 635 is right now. I know that's got to be crazy expensive. Let's see if I can share this to Facebook. And we get some more people in here, and we can ask more questions and stuff. Let's see. Anyway, Shane Beard saying that he's in the Hawks Bay, North Island, got 3 yarder crews and a ground-based crew. I'm more than welcome to have him come look around. I would love to. First, I got to get a passport because I don't have a passport. But man, I would love to come over and do that. I think that would, especially if you are using the cable tether systems and just falling over the edge of the mountain, so to speak, cutting with those directional cutters on a track cutter base, and that just looks like a blast to me. So Yeah, that just looks like a blast. All right, let's see. Southern Dirt 95. Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming and watching. What is my thought on cat? Oh, well, Weiler now. I've never had much dealings with them. I've only demoed one loader. I don't think I've ever demoed a skidder for. Drove one for like one day a long time ago, and I hated it. But at the time, I was used to running like Timberjack and John Deere skidders. Still, I hated it. I hated it. Now, my two cousins that run Mickey runs the loader, and then Michael runs the John Deere skidder on my job. They have a ton of experience with the cat equipment, especially their skidders, because on their other job for my uncle that they run on his job, he had at one point, I think it was nothing but cat skidders and a cat cutter. And they say those things are junk. They don't, they're not operator friendly. And I know that the cat track cutter that I went and ran for a little bit in South Carolina one time, that thing was not very comfortable. It was very confined. It felt like I had blinders on running it. You were completely blind to your right side in it. It was worse than the old John Deere 753 Gs that we had at one time. So I'm just not a big fan of cat. Let's see here. Frank Ford cutting some good timber over here. 10 on the last truck. Today grossed $84,000. My dad would straight up shoot me if I sent a truck away from the loader with $84,000. We're legally only supposed to be pulling 86.6, but we may or may not have a few trucks that run very early in the morning that put 32 and 34 tons on their first couple loads, sneaking them to the mill. And yeah, I think my average for this week, I'm at like a 31.25. I think it's what my average tons per load come out to this week. So yeah, we're legal up to 86.6. They're supposed to be letting us go to 90,000 after the first of the year with a special permit now. But whenever a lot of people miss that whenever they're talking about how many loads or how fast they can load a truck, stuff like that. They're putting 26 to 28 tons on a truck, where we're putting, most time 31, 32 tons on a truck. But we did have a guy one time. He had a pole trailer, and this man could load that truck and be like 92,000 pounds, and he would have 34 and 35 tons on it, which is, is a pole trailer. But that trailer took some wood to load it, is what it did. Let's see what else we got here. Trey B says, "You're one of my favorite loggers. Wish I could move and run the 620E." Funny story about something like that. We've actually had two guys in the last year trying to come work on my job because they saw we were needing help through the YouTube channel, and all I'm gonna say is it was interesting. But I didn't get any video of it because I didn't want to embarrass them, because one was still learning. He probably would have made a good hand if he would have applied himself a little bit better, but that other one, he'd have never made it. Okay. You leaving the baby here? No? Okay. All right. Nathan Lee says, I haven't looked at that one. Tim McVeigh, Tiger Cat is the best loader out there, and I 100% agree. Nothing. I mean, Cat's fast. It does a good job. Deer is fast. They do a good job. Barco's supposed to be pretty fast and just incredibly strong, but you go show me another. I would put my paycheck on the line and put me an operator on my old 234 and put it out there just straight processing wood. And with the right operator, that thing would still pull. But, you know, most especially if we was pulling it straight through a box, I would not be scared to tell y'all that machine at 20,000 hours would still produce me 15 to 20 loads of first thinning a day. Easy, hands down. I can get on it in second thinning and produce 10 loads a day. So if I know I can get on it and do 10 loads a day, somebody that knows what's going on, yeah. Let's see if we can angle this down just a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Desert Loggers says, hey, brother, thanks for the info on the Skidder, Tiger Cat versus John Deere. Just bought a 748 G3. That was one of the very first Skidders I ever ran. I think I was 12 when I got on it. It's got the stick over here. We'll do it like this. Yeah, see, I see. It's like it goes all the way ahead, then you go all the way back, and then you got to go over and then down again to, you know, you got your forward gears over here and your reverse gears over here. I hated that thing. It had 7 gears, and it would haul butt going down the road, but I hated that shifter. Hated it. My favorite shifter, if I had to have a shifter in a Skidder, was that old, you know, the Timberjack little wobble knob that they had. That thing was cool as crap because you would be over there, you know, you'd be flipping that with your left hand, working your grapple with your right hand, and then every once in a while you got the, you know, you got your feet down there because you're having to work the gas pedal and stuff because you had to, every time you wanted to throttle the machine up, you actually had to mash the gas pedal and then you had to reach up there and steer some. It was, you worked the Skidder back then, you know, you were working. Today, you just sit like this and everything's like right here. It's so much easier. That's why that's a good thing on that is, you know, we're able to keep operators that want to work up to the age that they can retire. We can keep them in a machine. You know, used to, you get somebody in their 40s and 50s, they were having to find some kind of other line of work because their bodies just couldn't take the abuse that the machines give them anymore. But yeah, John Deere makes, most especially their old Skidders like that, they were, I'm not going to say they were longevity, you know, they weren't built really well, but they were strong and they done a good job. Most especially if you're going to be doing, you know, just like non-high production thinning or most especially like a small little clear cut job, man, that thing's going to fit you perfect. Andrew Maddox wants to know, how do you get in logging? I don't know. It depends on how old you are. To start, if you're pretty young and willing to work hard, find your local loggers, call them up. You know, maybe if you see them out there, if you see a shop or something like that. Some people don't like you stopping at their shop. Some people, that's how they operate their business. Is their shop is their office type thing, and you just swing in there and ask. But best thing to do is just find some references, get some phone numbers to some people, and call all your local loggers and ask them, you know, hey, do you need a helper? Do you need somebody to trim trucks? Do you need somebody to come out and grease your machines in the afternoon, change your oil on the weekends, you know, or help mechanic on weekends, stuff like that? Surely you'll find somebody. That's kind of how people get started in my area. You know, they'll start as what we call a set hand, which is the person that gets the pole saw and goes and trims all the crap off the side of the loads of wood, and then he cleans the road, and then he helps do diesel in the afternoon, you know, getting the hoses to the machines and picking things up. And if we blow something, he gets down there and helps. He's essentially he's the grease monkey of the job. Is it a crap job? Some days it's you get the raw stick a lot. I'm not gonna lie, you get it a lot, but stick with it and show them that you're willing to work. And every opportunity that you get that you can see there's not a machine working, ask, hey, do you mind if I go try that machine? Pay attention to what's going on the job site. Don't just go out there, get you a 5-gallon bucket and prop up on it and play on your phone the whole time while you're not changing oil or trimming trucks or whatever. Watch the loader work, watch the cutter work, watch the skidder work. You can learn a lot just by watching. If you don't watch, you'll never learn. 90% of what I know from logging, I've strictly watched it. Most all my cutting stuff that I do today, most especially the trick stuff of tripping the wood backwards and all that other crazy stuff that I'll do with a cutter, I learned that by watching people right here off YouTube. As a matter of fact, several of the tripping stuff that I do, I watch that right here off YouTube. But you got to show a good, strong work ethic. You just got to get a hold of your local loggers and just, you know, if they don't need no help, every so often give them a call back. You know, hey, checking back. Wintertime is usually hard to get on a logging job because we're slow and we're trying to keep overhead down. Summertime, spring, and sometimes late fall, early fall, you know, you can get on. But yeah, that's just work hard, and sometimes you got to bug a few people. Let's see what else we got over here. Trying to read through, make sure I ain't overlooking something. What part of the world am I in? I am in Southwest Louisiana, a little bitty town called DeRidder. It's not very. I mean, it's decent. It's big enough. We have like 8 drive-through restaurants and 2 nice to go sit down restaurants, but that's about it. Pretty well this town was built like through and around logging, most especially back in the early 1900s when logging was really, really big. And at one point we had 1, 2 for sure, and then a third. A third was somewhere around here, I think. But yeah. Anyway, we had, you know, DeRidder was I mean, it's still a big logging town. Just the company alone that I work for, or, you know, we subcontract with, there's probably, I think there's 14 or 16 crews just through that one subcontractor. And if you had to actually sit down and start figuring up all the little bitty loggers, there's probably 35 or, you know, more loggers local to just the DeRidder area. You know, that's not counting the loggers that are within a 30-minute to an hour drive of here. Logging is major in my part of the world. It's not the best money like pipeline or plants or oil field work, but it's dependable money. You're home every night. You may be a little bit late some nights, but you're home every night. And that's the thing that I like the most about it, is I'm home with my family every night. I may sit over here at the table on the computer for a while, but I'm home and they're over there and I get to see them. And if I want to go over there and just hang out with them, I can go hang out with them. I don't got to drive 3, 6, 10, 12 hours to get to them. I would hate that. I love to travel, but they would have to come with me. Let's see what else we got. William Marr would like to see the track cutter in wet conditions. would like to see the track cutter in wet conditions. I'm going to say he's going to say with your video is the fourth. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, wet conditions. Hopefully we don't have none of them for a while. I hate when it gets wet because it gets slow, and I usually have to get back on the cutter full time. I like running the cutter, but man, it's so much nicer when you're not having to shovel. If you would like to see several videos of when I very first started the channel, I've got lots of videos of the track cutter working and stuff that I could take a stick about, yay big around. Let's see. There we go. Well, about that big around. Anyway, about the size of a 50-cent piece, and I could shove that stick in the ground anywhere I wanted, 2, 4, 6 foot deep, and we worked it. And so yeah, there's several videos if you want to flip back. Just go to like the I can't remember what videos I had those under, but I have some playlists and stuff like that of just the track cutter. But if you'll just scroll way back to like March of last year, April maybe, there's lots of videos of me cutting with the track cutter in extremely wet conditions. The rubber tire we actually tried to go cut down rows with, and whenever the rubber tire got off the mat that I had built in access, we were dualed out front and back. And whenever his front tires fell off the mat and the access, it literally bogged the front end. The front end bogged down right there. We had to winch him out. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, Sean, Tiger Cat and John Deere are just massive. A lot of people got Cat back in the day, so to speak, because it was so easy to finance. They were just incredibly, incredibly easy to finance with. So a lot of people could get in the logging business with good credit and no money down and have 3 pieces of equipment, and you were logging. So Deere is very easy to get equipment with too, but it not as easy as Cat was at that time. But Deere, right now, Deere has a very premium skidder, from what I'm hearing, rubber tire cutter, and the track cutter is just phenomenal. It's getting some. I'm starting to see a few little issues, and it'll be sent to the factory, and they'll be made aware of a few issues that I'm starting to see, and it's nothing major. It's just points of wear that I think could work better. But the John Deere track feller buncher is just phenomenal. It's incredible how it's working and everything. I'm blown away by it. I've never had a machine work that dependable as that one has. Yeah, Gordon, LSU beat that Alabama. They smoked them. I ain't gonna say they smoked them. Everybody said, "Oh, they smoked them." They didn't smoke them. They beat them. That was it. It wasn't a butt whooping. It wasn't a smoking. They just got beat. But yeah, that was cool that they won. That was really cool. They won. I'm not a big football fan, but my cutter man and my loader man, they are huge football fans, most especially LSU, and they were extremely psyched whenever they got the win there. Clover Creek Farm Service. Hello. What's going on? Thank you for joining. That's right, Tim. In logging, you learn something pretty well every day. And things you thought you knew, you get refresher courses on very often. Southern Dirt says logging and coal is pretty big around here. Northwest Alabama. Yeah, I didn't know. You said coal? Yeah, coal. I didn't know Alabama had a coal market, but I mean that's cool. Yeah, Alabama's got a. I see a lot of people in the southeast. Alabama, Georgia. I see a few loggers in Mississippi, but I don't see the volume of loggers that I see from Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, on social media anyway. There may be several that I'm missing, but I mean, I see a lot of Mississippi loggers, but I don't see the vast amounts like I see in Georgia and Alabama. William Miller chimed in. He said, watch your videos daily. This is the fourth time I visited your website today. I apologize for the misspelling. Oh, okay. I got you. It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. To everybody that keeps coming back and watching, I want to flip over there and make sure I won't do that till we knock this off. But hopefully we'll have a video up here in a minute. It's going to be, like I said, of us changing out a dual tire that went flat on the 748L. But I appreciate everybody for watching. I mean, y'all people will never understand my gratitude towards that, because I started this on a whim last year. I had a guy working for me, and I thought we were pretty good friends, and I guess friendship wasn't really there, but whatever. He always kept at me. We always, kind of shot the crap about starting a YouTube channel, because we watched Cotton Top all the time. And we loved his channel, and we would see things that we would try on our job, and it worked. And I don't know, we was just at work one day, and I videoed stuff like forever on with my phone, doing stuff, just taking videos of the cutters working, most especially just ride along videos, because I liked showing off that I could run the track cutter like I can. And I was constantly filming that, or cool things with the skidders, taking pictures, just morning sunset pictures, stuff like that, just cool pictures throughout the day. I was always big into that kind of deal. But we were working last year I can't remember, it was in February though, kind of at the beginning of February, and I had some free time on my hands, and I'd actually cut out of the timber. I was done cut out at that track, and just took my phone, threw it up in my hand, and videoed my two loaders working, and here we are today. But I would have never have guessed, whenever I was standing there filming that first video, that I was going to be able to sit here tonight and tell y'all that I have almost a 3,000 viewer or 3,000 subscriber count already. I mean, I was praying, I guess you'd say, hoping that I was going to get to the 1,000 mark at the end of the first year, because that was the thing. Is to one of the first goals in YouTube is to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and you need to do that within your first year. And I was just praying I was going to get that accomplished. And I mean, it was like within the first 4 months, we were at 1,000. And here just the other day, we rolled over 500,000 or 500,000 views already. And like I said, we're knocking the fire out of 3,000 subscribers. It seems like just the other day we just rolled over 2,000, and I mean the channel is growing extremely well, and I think everybody's happy with the content that I'm giving them, and I try and listen to everybody. And if somebody don't like something, well, we try and adjust it. We try and give somebody or everybody a little bit of what they like, to where they'll come and enjoy what we're doing. And I try and spread a positive message about logging, and try and keep a positive message, not so much just about logging, but working in the logging industry, because it burns me up to no extreme that I'll go in these groups on Facebook and I'll see somebody comment and they'll ask, should I start a logging job? Or what do y'all think about me starting a logging job? And the first thing somebody comments, don't do it. Run. Are you crazy? Do you have $1 billion? Because that's what it's going to take, because you're going to have $1 million left over and that's it. You know, just random stuff like that. And that aggravates me. You don't see people, I mean, you do, but not to the extreme that you see people in their own industry dogging it out. You don't see people in the plants going, man, screw the plants. I ain't making no money. This is stupid. You're going to go broke working in the plant. You know, you don't see people doing that. And the negativity, I think, brings a lot on ourselves of why we can't get quality operators and stuff. We struggle because, at least in my area, we struggle because we have such a large oil and gas influence on our economy here. And we have to pay it way over the top wages from what I see other logging companies paying throughout the Southeast, across America. And so yeah, I just try and I try and keep a positive attitude and bring some light to the logging industry and share with y'all my daily stuff. And I mean, apparently 500,000 of y'all like it. So we're gonna keep on going. We're gonna keep on going, but gonna keep on logging, as I say. I wish my wife would go ahead and let me pull the trigger on some hats and get some hats made up fully for everybody. We got some coming for the crew for Christmas, but I would like to get some to go on sale. I know that would be a nightmare for her, having to ship all that stuff, because I don't have, I get up, I leave the house at 5 o'clock and I don't get home to 5 o'clock, and that post office closes at 5 o'clock. So I'm never there to ship stuff. But anyway, I appreciate everybody for watching is what I'm getting at. I appreciate everybody for the support and everything that we get from this. I get from this. And some people will say, oh, you're probably making a killing with that YouTube stuff. Does it pay a little bit of money? Yeah, y'all, sure it does. It pays a little bit of money, but it's not enough to cover what I have invested to just share my day with y'all and express the logging intent, and just share with y'all about the logging industry. Because one thing that made me want to start this channel was I was watching Cotton Top one night, and he was talking about how closed off the logging community is to the world. And I never thought about it like that. I never thought about how secluded we are as a industry to the public. And we do another form of logging. It's not like, I was like, oh, I just want to copy Tim O'Brien. That's a great philosophy to have on it. We need to spread the word about logging and how healthy it is for the environment to manage our forest like we do. And so yeah, that was part of one of the reasons for starting my channel, was to help spread the logging message, the logging industry. Who knows? Like I said, I get comments, I get people messaging me all the time asking if we need help, and we don't, but that's awesome that I see new people. Or there's this one guy in here, he says he's a kid. What little bit I've talked to him through YouTube on here, I say kid, he says he's like 14, I think 15, but he wants to be a logger, and that's what the logging industry thriving and growing and continuing on for future generations. I don't know if I'm gonna, push my kid straight into this field of forestry, but I will, encourage him if he wants to do. Even my daughters, because I have two now, if they want to go into the forestry industry, if they want to run a job, own a job, great. But they're probably going to go get a degree in forestry before they do it, so they have that to fall back on in case their business doesn't succeed. But anyway, let's catch up a little bit more over here. We're not going to be too much longer. We'll be wrapping this one up because we're at already 50 minutes. Wow, I did not realize that. We're having a blast. I'm having a blast. Are y'all? Tell me. Let's know. Let me know. Let's see. Southern Dirt says, I'm in the excavation business. I make my living cleaning up after loggers, and I do post some videos. Well, that's cool. You must be going in like after like some clear cut hands and maybe leveling stuff up or something. But that's cool. Job security. Watching our stuff gives you job security, knowing you got job security on. Have we ever thought about running a pull-out truck? Yes, we have. There's multiple things on that, and I'll make that a special video. I'll take that down, Justin, and that's a great question, man. That's a really good question. I'll take that down, and I'll make a video about that very, very soon. That's a great question. Yeah, that's really good. Let's see. Gordon says the YouTube loggers help fixed what Axemen misrepresented loggers. Yes. Now I can't tell y'all if they were to come to me for the money I was told they paid and act like a complete idiot. I done told my guys on the crew. I said, if they come to us and say, I'm gonna pay you this much money to go over here and act like you fell off the top of that loader, y'all just better get ready to act like you fell off a loader, because by golly, we're going to do it. But yeah, I hate it. Even with Logger Wade stuff, I love Wade's channel and I watched it a bunch and everything. I still watch it a bunch, but I hated how they said, just the simple thing of saying that he custom built, and I know it wasn't him. I know it was the editor of the History Channel saying that the saw ran at 20,000 RPMs and on the hot saw, and the machine was custom built by him and all this crazy mess. Now, the little truck thing that they got out of it, that was pretty cool. Kind of excessive, but it was cool. He makes it work. It looks to be a very valuable asset to his job now, but let's see. Yeah. Southern Dirt said, around here everyone wants a check. No one wants to work for it. I could hire 3 more people, but no one shows up. I've had that happen a bunch too. And that's kind of where that video, I made the other day talking about the hard work. That's just, I don't know. I've had a very good life, but I've never had the life that a lot of people have when it comes to things just happening for them, never having to work towards it. I know what you're getting at with that. That can be frustrating at times. You can see somebody that has potential and they could be an awesome worker, but they just won't work. It's frustrating. Do I haul to Mansfield any? No, and thank God. I see nothing but nightmares from that place on Facebook in Southern Loggers. That place, whew. I don't know if I would continue logging if I had to go there. Let's see. So we pretty well caught up on the comments over there. So like I said, this is the first time I've ever went and done this off of the computer. I was just looking at some of the stuff around here. Yeah, thanks for coming, Gordon. I'm fixing to log it off myself. Anyway, we're gonna end this up, and I'm gonna go finish up that video and get it published. Hopefully, it'll be ready by 8 o'clock or so my time. Appreciate everybody for watching and coming and hanging out. Now that I'm kind of set up to do these live videos more often, y'all leave me a comment down below on what nights y'all would like to do live videos. I need to get with some of the other creators like Wade and Tim and make sure they don't have like a scheduled night they try to do theirs. I think I'd like to sit down with y'all once a week like this and do a video, probably on Friday nights like this, just because Friday seems to be my slowest day on views for a video. So instead of coming up with content or burning good content on a Friday video, you know, we could do a live thing like this on Friday night, because I think this has went really well. I really enjoyed this, guys. So, thanks again, everybody, for coming and hanging out. And like I said, I can't appreciate everybody enough. Y'all take it easy, stay safe out there, and yeah, y'all just keep on logging. We're out of here.